Hello, y'all. Today is Saturday, June 6, 2020. Today is the date of the... Excuse me. Today is the date of the anniversary of the cult leader from the Institute of Divine Metaphysical Research cult that I grew up in. Today is the anniversary of the cult leader's so-called divine vision and revelation. That fake Henry Clifford Canley guy supposedly received a divine vision and revelation June 6, 1931. That was 5 days after the biological dad Arthur was born. I just woke up. It's like almost 6:45 in the morning in Central Time. Because yes, Pensacola is still on Central Time. You don't get to change clocks, and the time doesn't go forward till you get to Tallahassee. So, that's in case anybody wants to know. So anyway, so I woke up thinking, okay, you know that Bible scripture? I don't remember exactly which one it is, but it's probably in 1st or 2nd Timothy. I'm gonna post the actual scripture in the description box, but it's like I remember okay, so I think it mentioned in the Old Testament something about in the book of Daniel, I think it is, something about kind of similar to that scripture in the New Testament that talks about ever learning but never coming to the knowledge of the truth, never able to come to the knowledge of the truth, or something like that. I don't remember exactly, but I'm going to post a scripture. And then there was another one, another scripture talking about tossed to and fro of every wind and doctrine, something like that. I don't remember exactly. I used to know the scriptures better than this. I know I backslid, but trying to get back up on it seemed like, you know, so but I do remember the scripture of ever learning but never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. So here's one thing I want people to know, New Agers who call themselves being woke and truthers and speaking out against the Illuminati and New World Order and stuff, they'll try to tell you that the elite have the true knowledge. And people talk about, some people compare the idea of Eve eating from Eve eating from the forbidden fruit of the tree, is like, it's like, I guess, a metaphor for her selling her soul to the devil and gaining occult knowledge. So, the stuff the elite learn, or the stuff that's taught in secrecy, or the Freemasons or whatever, the stuff that they are taught in schools that they hide, that they think they're better, that they're hiding this so-called secret or hidden knowledge from us. And people, the so-called New Agers, who call themselves to be speaking against the Illuminati, they'll try to reveal some of these secrets, which is contrary to the Bible. But it's like the real knowledge that we are kept from growing up in school. You know, they took prayer out of the schools in the 1960s. And because of somebody said it was a comment of Madeline O'Hare, a female or whatever, and then comes, you know, feminism and women's rights and equality, women's suffrage and right to vote and stuff like that. Some people say that a female driving a car is feminism because it supposedly used to be what men used to do. I don't know if that's true or not. But, you know, they say it's feminism for a female to drive a vehicle. And that back then, historically, used to be only what men used to do, you know. So, it's like, they say that, you know, all the women being, you know, more masculine now and men being more feminine, you know, as a result of the you know, prayer being taken out of schools, and you know, it just our generations are just keep getting worse and worse as the forget years, forget months, forget weeks, but as the days go by, you know. So, it's like the real knowledge, the knowledge of the truth. Like, I remember, I call myself being woke to the truth and the Illuminati and all that, but was still a Christ denier in the year 2011, and still, like, spiritually didn't know what to believe, but I knew about the government and conspiracies. I knew I was in the cult and got out of the cult in 2010. Like that towards the end of 2010, and that was, you know, my so-called awakening, you know, was in 2010, and I was super depressed and feeling suicidal once I found out the truth, like finding out about, I was a diehard fan of Aaliyah, and me finding out about the Aaliyah being associated with the Illuminati, like all your favorite celebrities and stuff like that, and it being a slap in the face that the celebrities were rude as fuck on Twitter, and they weren't who I thought they were, you know, and then so much was revealed to me, like, and then people like Toya, now her name is Toya Johnson, she's from New Orleans, like me, you know, Lil Wayne's, you know, former baby mama, you know, or former wife, because I think her last name was Carter. On Twitter during that time, her name was Antonia Carter. Now she just simply called Toya Johnson. Reginae Carter's mom. Y'all know who I'm talking about. You know, when she blocked me on Facebook, and people like Chili from TLC blocked me on Facebook and was rude to me on Twitter. And I had you know, of course, the infamous me having an all-out, you know, not fist fight, but, you know, an all-out Twitter fight, a Twitter feud with Aaliyah's brother, Rashad, and then the so-called fans try to, you know, acting like they want to jump me or whatever, and were making death threats at me, you know. That was a rough year in 2010, you know. A slap in the face that Aaliyah's brother Rashad being abusive and rude to not just me, but so many people on Twitter. And I did a video on it on my other channel, but it got deleted. But me talking about Aaliyah's brother being rude on Twitter and having his own little Twitter cult going on and stuff. And just some other stuff happened, you know. So that, and me finding out about the Illuminati. Aaliyah's cousin Blair was rude to me also, you know, so and certain people who was associated with her, like who worked with her musically and stuff. And so it's like, it was like a stab to the chest, stab in the heart, to realize all these people ain't nice. You know, these celebrities are not nice. You know, a lot of them. Some of them are cool, like Deborah Cox and Vivian Green was nice to me. Certain relatives of celebrity, like Chris Brown's mom was nice to me, and Candy Burris was nice to me. Candy. And so Brandy and Ray J's mom was nice to me, and the dad too was nice to me on Twitter. So, yeah. So, I mean, I thought that if you were a celebrity and rich with a lot of money, I thought that you would, you know, be nice to everybody. But I heard the rumors about people like whore Beyonce being stuck up, Kanye West being arrogant, stuff like that, you know. So, I mean, I know that they replaced the Bible and the truth. They replaced it with Darwinism and evolution and stuff like that, which is fake. And it's a justification for atheism. Or they'll talk about the Big Bang Theory. But I had to find out that, you know, after the cult that I was in, I was back and forth between atheism and the cult beliefs. I was switching forth and was back and forth and was confused. And so when I was a little kid, I used to hear the kids talk about God and stuff like that, or God is going to punish you if you're talking in rain or something like that. And those little kids at the daycare, at the nursery and stuff, used to say that if you talk while it's raining, then God is going to punish you and stuff. So, so it's like, as I got older and started finding out the truth and stuff, I'm like, wait a minute, there's a such thing called true Christianity? I didn't know, I didn't know that true Christianity existed, because the cult taught us anything associated with Christianity was fake, you know. But it's like, so that occult and hidden knowledge is to get you to become like the elite, and it'll keep you away from going to heaven. That occult knowledge that, you know, these new agers like David Icke and let's see, David Icke, Jordan Maxwell, Michael Sarian, and like the star theology or astrotheology and all this new age stuff, or whatever else, the rituals and the so-called knowledge and fringe and aliens and stuff was like stuff that the evil people who get higher, and all these new agers I see talking about being woke and stuff, and they talk about, oh yeah, they just want to keep you on a low frequency, or they talk like when the people who say they're targeted, they say that the gang stalkers just want to keep you on a low frequency, or they just want to keep your vibrations low. Like when you talk about vibrations and vibrations and frequency on a spiritual level, that's new age talk, you know, and that's not in the Bible. But if you talk about your body physically vibrating, like the physical vibrating feeling, that, you know, that the gang stalkers give us when we, you know, when they're trying to hit us with energy weapons, you know, that's a different kind of vibration. But when you're talking about spiritual vibration or raising your vibration or whatever, that's new age forbidden. That try to get you initiated and cause you to lose your soul and stuff. So the elite and the higher ups are not better off than us. It's better to try to, you know, read the Bible and pray. King James Bible, because there was a lady when I was homeless and It was in 2011. I was at Union Rescue Mission, what I call Separation Torture Mission. And the lady said, the King James Bible is the closest to the truth, you know. And then later on, I found out through more research that she was right, you know, because of the... So, I mean, that's the truth that we need to know is... if there's a version of the King, God promised that he would preserve his word. And so, you know, we hear about this Mandela effect. I guess if we can get a version of the Bible that's not tainted or affected by the Mandela effect, you know, you have the right word, and that's the truth right there. Throw out your NIV Bibles. Throw out your contemporary English. Don't believe the lie that the King James Bible is too archaic, because Satan's hand is on the NIV, CEV, the new King James version, of all these other like newer versions, you know. And so they don't all agree on the same thing, but people say that they personally felt more spiritually purified when they were reading the King James, and they just felt the veil unlift, and more truth was revealed when their mind was still clouded and their spirit was still clouded when reading stuff like the NIV. Excuse me. Because reading several different versions of the newer Bibles helped me feel confused, but I took my time out with the King James version and read it at least, read or listened to it, you know, either switching back before reading and stuff, and listening like at least a minimum of 7 times already, probably more than that. And I'm still learning myself, you know, to try to memorize scripture, like scripture memory. And I'm not perfect. I'm far from perfect. But it seems like every time I try to get back on the Bible reading and praying, there's always somebody who's Christian, say they're Christian, always, you know, use the Bible to attack me, or they always condemn me, or they, you know, make me feel spiritually kicked down and defeated, and have a hard time to get back up. And then I end up feeling discouraged and backsliding. And then whenever I try, you know, it's like I know I shouldn't allow myself to stay defeated like that. I need to get back up, you know. So I was just saying that, you know, I know my storage space is running out on my phone, but I just want to, like, I just woke up this morning with that thought, with the message to come on, like, what's the real knowledge. The King James Bible is the actual truth that's being hidden from us, and it's easily accessible. It's free online. It's they have books at the Dollar Tree or the 99-cent only store, the King James version of the Bible. And so that stuff that the occult stuff that the elite are learning, the Freemasons are learning, don't try to learn that. That's not the truth. So I'll see y'all later. Bye.